the Book of Alpha-Ronomy, homie. Read it or weep.
What's going on, my Alpha brethren? We understand and accept that the majority of women lack the ability to hold themselves accountable. It's not that they don't hold themselves accountable. They can't hold themselves accountable. So it is not some terrible thing with, malicious intent when she totally disregards any responsibility for her decisions, her actions, and the consequences and repercussions thereof. It is simply another sign that women need guidance. She needs to be led. She is not put here to lead, not even herself. So I had a man ask me, what do I do when my woman does not want to hold herself accountable? And my response is, the first thing you have to do is change your own mindset about her accountability. She is never going to hold herself accountable. She will always find a reason to avoid self-accountability, as a matter of fact. So it is up to you to take on that responsibility of holding her accountable. Because her moral fiber, her moral compass is your moral compass. She doesn't have her own. Let's chop it up. Now, the most terrible thing that has ever happened in relationships, especially black relationships, is this 50-50 concept. Because contrary to popular belief, females aren't equipped to maintain a 50-50 relationship with you. The only thing she can do 50-50 is go get money. So outside of the financial aspect of a relationship, she can't provide 50% in any other kind of way. Parenting is not even 50-50. Parenting is done in phases, in life shifts, so to speak. The beginning phases of parenthood are strictly motherhood. From the time a child is born, until that child is weaned, until that child becomes a fairly independent mover and thinker. At that point, fatherhood takes over, and motherhood is relegated to something that is, done in the background, or when necessary, relegated to the few things that are required by a mother at that point. The same thing with the father. When a child is born, through the weaning process, through the toddler phases, and the motherhood attachment phases, the father is basically just a provider for the family. The father doesn't have a dog in that race, but the 50-50 relationship tells you that you must be as involved in that process as you are in the maturing and spiritual guidance and the lesson teaching aspect later on. Relationships are not intended to be 50-50 because she can't give 50% in any area except financially. So when it comes to her moral compass and the barometers by which she gauges her activity, the parameters by which she bounds her activity, they are set by you. You determine what she does. If you are a Hebrew Israelite and your woman is a Christian, you are allowing her to do something that you don't even agree with. And she's not going to hold herself accountable for that because she can always find a reason to justify her actions. You see, it is not the fact that she is a case study in the lack of self-accountability. What she is a case study in the ability to justify any and every thought and action that she has. No matter how terrible the thought or action is, she can find a way to justify it. And it is you who is responsible for thwarting any attempt she has at justifying something that has no justification in the logical mind space. This is simply a thing about emotion and logic. In order to protect herself emotionally, she can find a way around self-accountability in every single situation and find a way to play the blame game and blame someone else. 9 times out of 10, it is going to be you. So you have to take control of the situation when it comes to accountability, when it comes to making her accept the responsibility of her thoughts, actions, and feelings. So no, I don't shun women for their lack of self-accountability. They can't be accountable. They can't hold themselves accountable. They've never been able to hold themselves accountable. Even Eve couldn't hold herself accountable. Women can't hold themselves accountable. It is not a skill that they are equipped with. And you as a man must stop expecting her to be something she cannot. Because that is the same thing as her expecting you to be a beta male simp mangina, when you know every bone in your body is alpha to the core. So never expect self-accountability from your woman. You must instead enforce self-accountability in her life. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. If you agree with what I'm saying, or if you believe, like so many men falsely believe, that women are equipped to hold themselves self-accountable, which is a logical headspace. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.
Like this video on your way out if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. When you subscribe, click that notification bell. Make sure your notifications are on so you can be alerted to when I upload some more of this real shit. And as always, alpha's up, beta's down. Peace.